Sean Webb here, and today we're going to look at another setup video. We're getting a lot of questions about what the differences are in the setup positions between the clubs. So I thought I'd shoot a quick gears video here to show what this player does, and it's fairly representative of good players in general. So we're going to start with, let's see if I can do what I want to do here. Let's look at, from this down the line view, just the frontal bend of the upper body, rib cage, and the pelvis. So let's just call it rib cage, how much this rib cage is bent toward the ground and how much his pelvis is bent toward the ground. So we got an iron, a 7-iron on the left, and a driver on the right. Those are the two clubs basically that I have in my gear system that people will hit. This is a PGA Tour player that was captured. And the first thing that's going to stand out is with the irons, a rib cage with this player is 40 degrees toward the ground and his pelvis is 20. And that's actually a fairly representative number also of good players. Not the number, but the ratio. About 2 to 1. So if the rib cage is bent forward 40, the pelvis will be bent forward about 20. And with the irons, in general, you're going to see the arms hanging a little more straightish down. Now, they're usually slightly out. And you see a lot of players like a Furyk really close, but in general, I like to see just the arms basically hanging down. They might be slightly out depending on the player and how much, how tall they are, or etc., length of body parts or limbs. But as far as the differences go, with the driver, you're going to see less forward bend of the pelvis and less forward bend of the rib cage. So you are standing up a little bit taller. So I always come back to that, really don't swing it the same with every club. It may feel that way to some people, but the setup is a little bit different. And we talked about in another video, the release point's a little different with the driver. So the other thing you're going to notice, the arm hang with the driver is out a bit more, and I do teach that. A little bit more arm hang out to accommodate the longer club and a little bit flatter swing. But again, that shows some of the key differences in this down the line setup position as far as bend forward with the upper body and the rib cage, and then just this arm hang position. So you can see how it's a little bit more outward with the driver. So I hope that helps. That was a quick one for today, but I get a lot of questions about that, and it's a little bit more detail than some people would want. But for me, I like knowing what's supposed to happen, because then I can work on the correct things in my swing. That's the way I've always been, and hopefully that helps you as well. So if you have any more questions, just post them in the comments below, and I'd be glad to help you and answer any questions you have with the 3D swings that I have here on Gears. Thank you. See you in the next video.